Alright, cyberspace. Big open and reveal right here. I don't know if I have a one touch available, but if I do, I'm gonna use it. Let me see. I don't know if I even have them over here. I definitely have a let's take a look real quick. I don't. Shoot. Alright. I know I have some. I just don't know where the hell I put them. Alright, I should have looked before I did this. Thirstin Howl III. Very iconic artist. Does a mixture of English and Spanish rap. He's from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. Phenomenal artist. I met him in 2001, South Providence. Did a show with Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, and Ice-T. Actually, he didn't perform. He was just hanging out with the guys. He's very good friends with all those guys. He was in the Rap Olympics, and his partner was Eminem before Eminem blew up. If you look that up, I think it was him, Wordsmith, and Eminem were a team. Well, I guess this is a kid who does these. He does rap cards. Let's see what we got. And he made one with Thirstin Howl, signed by Thirstin. Thirstin has a crazy following. It's global. Oh, it came in all. Oh, look at this. Here's the some stickers. Or just one sticker. Whoops, sorry. Wrapper cards. Cool. You know, I love stickers. And here's the card. So it already came in a signed by Thirstin. The Polo Rican. So him and his crew, they used to, he started as like doing breakdancing, graffiti, and then he became an artist. But let's see what it says. It says Thirstin Howl III is many things. The Brownsville MC is an accomplished writer, producer, fashion icon, the low-life co-founder and model for Polo Ralph Lauren. He is also an actor, director, and historian. The Puerto Rican skillionaire continues to entertain, inspire, and influence with his multi-talented career. Check that out. So, yeah, he was on the rap show, Lyricist Lounge show. He's put out a couple DVDs himself, documentaries. He's also done, what else has he done? He put out a couple books. But what I was trying to get at was, this is crazy because it said model for Ralph Lauren. Him and his crew, they used to go to the New York department stores, the Macy's and the Filene's and JCPenney's, and they'd run in. This is before, like, flash mobs happened. They would run in with a flash mob, and they'd steal all the Polo clothes, and they'd go back to the hood, and they'd all represent wearing their clothes because they couldn't afford this stuff. And they did that so long. They were like a infamous, notorious gang, the lowlifes. It's almost like a subculture in hip hop with the polo, and Ralph Lauren actually like found all this out and seen that he put out a book and all the things that he did, and Ralph Lauren had him model with his son Polo, and like they've been on advertisements like on the bus sides of the bus stops, on the sides of department stores all over the world right now. This is just a couple of years ago. He did a book called Bury Me with Low On, and Ralph Lauren met him, wanted to meet him, and then had him modeling his clothes for him since he's been doing it for so long and repping it. So really interesting I got number 34, 200. So that's pretty cool. If you never heard of him, I highly suggest looking him up. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable artist and an unbelievable guy. When we would do tours, go on, if we were going to have a big show, I would call him up and I'd say, yo, Thirstin, if you got any kind of promotional crap that you want to hook me up with, and I'd have him, he'd just send me DVDs and CDs, and if somebody would buy a Mastermind CD or T-shirt or something, I'd hand them free Thirstin Howl merch, you know what I mean, like CDs and DVDs and whatever he'd send me, even if they were just flyers. He'd have a little flyer with all his CD catalog on it, flip over whatever the newest thing was, and I'd always represent for him. He was great. The night that I met him, I just got to tell you this because the story is phenomenal. So I'm hanging out with Ice-T, Dana Dane, Special Ed, Thirstin Howl, which I didn't even know it was him, Smooth and Trigger. And so we shut the club down. It was probably like 1, 2 o'clock. And so we go back to the hotel. And we're like, man, we need food. So they had like a tour van. They had a van, just like a 18-passenger van, 12-passenger van, whatever, a 12-passenger van, big-ass white van. So we jumped in, and I'm sitting in the back with my buddy Nick and Thirstin, and Trigger and Smooth are with us, and Special Ed. We drive down to Providence. We go to like Saki's Pizza, and we have some pizza, and we chill out, and we're hanging, and we drive back to the hotel. It was the Radisson down in Seekonk or something, right over the bridge. So anyway, we sit back there, and it's like 3 a.m, and I'm talking with Vic, Big Vic. That's his real name, is Victor. I'm talking with Thirstin, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, what do you listen to for music, man? And I'm like, oh man, I love Spice One and NWA and Ice-T and Ice Cube, and I'm like, I like E40, and I'm like MC8. I'm naming all these West Coast rappers. He's like, you listen to anything else? I'm like, yeah, man, I like Devin the Dude, Bone Thugs. I'm like, I like Scarface. He's like, you listen to any East Coast music? I'm like, oh yeah, I love Smooth Trigger. I'm like, I like Boot Camp. I like yeah. And he's like, what about Thirstin Howl? I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? He's like, Thirstin Howl. And he pulled the CD out and he handed it to me, and I looked at him like, oh, this is you? I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. So he wasn't even playing it up like he's a big star and on. He wasn't like, yo, I did, a song with Eminem, or he wasn't talking about I was in the Rap Olympics with Eminem. He wasn't talking about nothing. He was just repping his own stuff. And seriously, I went home, I listened to the music, I dug it, I loved it. I called, he has his number on the back. One of the other cool things about his card is he always has his mother's mugshot. She was arrested back in the day, and he's got the picture of her mugshot with the facial view and the profile view, and he always puts it on every one of his CDs, which is one of the things I love the most. And so he had that on there, and I looked, I was like, man, this is so dope, but he always had his phone number on there, so I called him, and I've always kept in contact with him. So just meeting him like that, the way it was so organic, and he wasn't even talking about music. He didn't perform that night, and everything he did was just really genuine, and he's always been genuine. To watch his movement stop by just planting seeds and watching them grow, and they've gotten bigger and bigger, it's a real honor to know him and be part of that. So I just wanted to buy the card just to support him, and I'm pretty cool with it. I'll put it in a one-touch, though. I probably will. Instead of keeping it in this, I'll put it in a one-touch. So, all right, everybody, thanks for watching. I got a couple things over here I'm going to open up, and I'll do that as a garbage pail break as opposed to just opening up a bunch of mail and doing a mail break. So I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to do that, all right? God bless everybody. Thanks for watching. Till next time, peace.